Kate Cole. I'm the President of the Australian Institute of Occupational Hygienists. My presidency ends in 2 days at our annual general meeting, and I hand over the reins to the fabulous Tracy Bence, who will become the 2023 President of the AIOH. I wanted to be the President of the Australian Institute of Occupational Hygienists because I wanted to be a really positive and proactive voice for worker health protection all across the country. And hopefully the work that I have done this year in evidence-based advocacy, in collaboration with many stakeholders, in being a voice in Parliament, in media and many other places has shown just how passionate that I am about keeping all Australian workers safe from occupational illness and disease, because I just exude what every occupational hygienist is thinking and doing in their own workplaces, and hopefully I've been an okay representative for our profession, and hopefully you're really proud of everything that the Institute has achieved this year. Volunteering and giving our time as occupational hygienists is really important, and having a seat at the table in the Australian Institute of Occupational Hygienists Council is also really important. If you've ever thought about volunteering on a board, or you want to get some more experience to understand how an institute like the AIOH is run, I really encourage any of our eligible members to put up your hand to sit on council. It's a fantastic experience, because once you've sat on the council, then you're eligible to go and be elected for president-elect and one day be the president. I've been a member of the AIOH for 11 years. I started as a student member, and 11 years later, it's just wonderful to stand here in this position, handing over the reins as president to the fantastic and amazing Tracy Bence, who will continue on our legacy and our vision for a healthier workplace. I would like to think that my legacy is about giving occupational hygienists a seat at the table and a really strong voice for advocacy for worker health protection. 3 words to describe my presidency: bold, advocacy and collaboration. We were really bold this year. We made some really big statements, some really controversial statements, but they needed to be said, because banning manufactured stone, for example, is all about protecting workers from insidious diseases, completely preventable diseases of silicosis. Advocacy, specifically evidence-based advocacy, is so incredibly important to us. We need to make sure that all of that knowledge that we have is put to really good use, not only in our own workplaces, but for all workplaces across the country. And collaboration, well, collaboration is key, because that's how we share knowledge, that's how we build relationships, and that's how, most importantly, we expand our influence and our reach to make sure that workers are protected.
I'm Tracy Bence. I'm the incoming president of the AIOH. How cool is that? So very happy to be the incoming President of the Australian Institute of Occupational Hygienists. And just in case you're wondering, I'm following Kate Cole. Does that fill me full of dread? Not at all. What it fills me full of is a really strong sense that we're on a good path. We have a membership organisation that's focused on doing the right things, and for that reason I'm more than happy to follow some great traditions. It's put in place by the 2022 councils and all the councils that came before them. And there might be just a few bold goals for the 2023 and beyond vision of the Australian Institute of Occupational Hygienists. What does this era need? This era is crying out for genuine intervention for unacceptable rates of illness and disease. It could be noise-induced hearing loss, which is still far too prevalent. It could be the occupational lung diseases that we're seeing a resurgence of, or it could be a new and emerging hazard that we haven't even envisaged yet, but will show itself in the next 5 years. So my vision is to get us ready for that, give us a sustainable back office operation, make us really good member-based organisation, really strong advocates for evidence-based policy in the area of workplace health. When you get to be president, it's a stack of fun. And I say when because it's open to everybody who wants to become eligible and has that vision that you can be influential, you can learn, you can give back to the profession, as well as just mix with people who are like-minded. So you'll learn as a council member or as a president, you'll learn everything from how a small business runs, to the rules around not-for-profit and charities, to a regulatory environment across the nation that you may not have seen before. and you'll work beside people who are top-notch, who are great hygienists and will probably become great friends. Oh, other than the fact I'm not Kate Cole. I'm not Kate Cole, but I love her to bits, and I've loved all the presidents that have come before her. And we have a huge honour roll, right? We have a 40-year tradition of people that do this job really well and were the right people for their time. So that's what I look forward to. I look forward to just being part of that cohort that has led the organisation to this point and that will lead us into the future. When I think about where I want the hygiene profession to be in 10 years' time, I want us to be relevant, and I want us to know that we're making a difference. And right now that's kind of hard. You can't always see the advances. You can't see the illness rate reduction. You can't see the prevalence of some of the scourges of our occupations coming down. You can't see those rates coming down. I like to think in 10 years' time we'll not only be doing the right thing, making the right difference, but we'll actually know that it was our contribution, our policies, our intervention, our exposure assessment, our exposure scientists that made that difference. I'd love to let my members know that we have a call out at any time for future leaders of the AIOH. I've spoken to many members this year, appealing to them to think about this position in their 3-year plan, in their 5-year plan, in their 10-year plan. But I would like them to know that it's very achievable, and to keep going on the path that makes them happy and feels rewarding, and try and consider that if they get to a point, the AIOH as an organisation can use their skills within the leadership.